Hi, welcome to You Can Do Medicine. My name's Tom and I'm a soon-to-be second year medical student at Edinburgh University. Good to see you. And so today's video, we're going to look at my top 5 tips for starting studying medicine at Edinburgh University. And so to start off with then, I would say just relax. You've just got into study one of the most difficult and most prestigious courses of any university in the world. And, it's an amazing thing to have done. Whether or not you've just finished school and you're still waiting on your results, or if you've done another degree, you've done an access course, whatever, and you know that you're in, there's not much you can do at the moment. You've got the whole summer ahead of you, and so I would honestly just make the most of your summer. Get out there, go on holiday, get those things done that you've always wanted to do. Get out the bucket list and start ticking it off, because you're going to be starting an amazingly difficult and complex course that's going to totally dominate your life for the next 6 years. And when I started, I was coming in from the access course this time last year. I knew that I was in actually by this time, and so unfortunately I was in the middle of moving house at the time. That actually took up a lot of my time, but aside from that, I did try to relax as much as I could. I attempted the West Highland Way. It didn't work out, but I did get a lot of things done, but I wish I'd done more. I wish I'd really started the course having ticked off more things. Luckily, I would say that I'm actually working my way through that list this summer instead. But yeah, just make the most of your summer. Get totally relaxed, just refreshed, so that you can come into the course with like a totally clear mind. There's really no need to be spending your summer revising or studying anything. You will learn everything that you need to know on the course. Any pre-knowledge that you have, great, but it's not necessary. I would say that the amount of information that I learned from doing 2 years of access to medicine course coming in here was, we're talking 1-2% of the overall knowledge that I needed. So I mean, it's negligible. I'm not saying that it was a waste of time doing the courses, but it's just that everything that you need to know for the medical course you learn in first year. So don't be worrying about that stuff. Anyway, number 2, embrace freshers. When I was 18, I didn't really get involved in freshers due to personal circumstances, due to not really knowing if I was going to be going to uni, and I really regret it. There's other people that I went to school with who, still talk about their freshers week and how much they loved it. And I see my classmates now, and it's a big deal for them. Now, there's a big difference between freshers when you're 18, or it's the first time you're at uni, and second year freshers. It's just, you're just doing the same thing again. It loses it. So, see all the things that go on at freshers, we all know what they are, just embrace it. Get it out your system, party hard, just do whatever it is that it goes down on Freshers Week, and really get involved. And it's not all just partying. You get the opportunity to meet plenty of people. There's all the societies, both the academic and sports societies. Get involved in them. There's loads at Edinburgh, and getting involved in them from the start sets you up well. During the course year, getting involved in those things is actually, your head's taken up with so many other things that it's unlikely that you're going to, midway through semester 1, be like, oh, you know what, I'm actually going to join, whatever society. It's just not going to happen. And, in the previous video that I did, even speaking with Maddie, she said the same, that she would have liked to have got involved in more. Certainly I should have done. And it's something that I'm looking forward to come second year. Looking back on it, I should have just done it and got more involved from the start. So, do that. take it as a great opportunity to meet people, and you know, don't worry. You know, you're going to meet loads of people. There's 308 people in our year. Some people you speak to and never speak to them again. Some people you'll speak to and they might become your best friend. You know, you never know. Just go out there, get out your comfort zone, push some boundaries, and have a laugh. Um, Point three, total opposite end of the scale. Look after yourself. Um, See, your own well-being, I would say, is something that's certainly spoken a lot more about now. When I was younger, I don't know, well-being wasn't really a word that I'd heard. And yeah, it's spoken about now, but the amount of people I see on the course who clearly have got no sense of sleeping pattern, eating pattern, and it's not that they're not clever people, it's not that they're not on top of their studying, but these things clearly do have an impact on the life and can make life difficult for you. I'm quite strict with my exercise, my sleep, and my eating patterns. I try to keep on top of them regardless of what it is. You know, even if it's you know, my birthday's coming up, I'll probably still be in bed by 10 o'clock. And you know, it's not as if I can't push the boat out every now and again. On Wednesday, just then, actually, I had a Five Guys, went full on cheese and bacon, double burger, large fries. Felt awful, totally worth it. And yeah, so look after yourself, I would say. Have some sort of structure to life is important. Easy to just get carried away, you know, living day by day, and before you know it, things are piling up. You've got no structure to sort of fall back into, and that can put you in a really bad place. So stay on top of these things from the start again will help, and you'll feel the benefits come exam time. You'll definitely feel the benefits. Fourth one, interesting one. This, adapt to change. Now this is something that you more hear about when you're working in business, but when I started this course, I had no idea what I was in for. I was open to that. I've had major changes in my life, and I would say that I have always been open to change, but with starting this course, I had no idea what I was getting myself in for. The course didn't let, you know, it gave me nothing less than I expected. It's been wild, intense, unexpected. You know, at times I've been lost, at times I've been, you know, upset, at times I've been like extremely happy, and you know, I needed to completely change almost all aspects of my life to adapt to the change of living like a medical student in comparison to how I had been living previously. Now, my eating, my sleeping, my exercise pattern, to be honest, they are fairly similar to when I was living in Glasgow last year, but the every other aspect of my life, you know, the medical degree has become the cornerstone. Everything else is just revolves around it, and I think that everyone's had to do that. I can't think of anyone that I've spoken to who hasn't had to do that. But how you adapt to that is really important. If you panic, if you know, don't embrace it, and it gets on top of you, you know, that you can get yourself in a really bad state. So setting yourself up to adapt to the change that's going to come, and there's no point in me even trying to explain to you what that change is going to be, because it's going to be different for everyone, and it's going to be a very personal experience to you. But being open to the change will make it easier, and just, you know, acceptance, embrace it, and it will make the journey so much easier. Yeah. And then the last one, point 5, getting to know your classmates, as they will become the greatest resource for you for your learning. People had told me that before I actually started. my good friend is a consultant radiologist. He really said, get to know people, get to know as many people as you can. There's only so much that your notes can tell you. There's only so many lectures that you can watch. There's only so much that you can get from speaking to tutors. And I totally understand where he's coming from now. It's a very different experience to school or college or the workplace from that aspect. If I had a problem in working life, I would just go to my manager and sort of outline the situation. A solution would be formed. But it's not like that in uni. They might point you to lecture slides. They might suggest that you go and revise X, Y, Z. But probably the most common thing for me is I'll have something that I know that I need to revise, and I can't think where it is, like what lecture was it in, and being able to, fire a message out and say, can anyone remember where, like, the anatomy lecture, phrenic nerve or some random thing like that was. You know that someone's going to come back to you and say, oh yeah, it was like week 7 and slide 18, and also being able to give that back as well is really important. In the exam period there, with anatomy, for example, there's a group of girls that I know them. I wouldn't say that we're like, great friends, but we got on fine, and just through knowing them that amount, I was able to jump into the anatomy labs with them, and that was an incredible thing. I probably would. That was the most important part of my anatomy division. Basically, was spending 3 days with that group, going through different things in 6 different anatomy private labs, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't know them. So the importance of knowing my classmates has been so valuable, and I can see it going ahead. I can see already how important that's going to be in future years, being able to have a large scope of people that I can tap into and say, can anyone give us a hand with this? Can anyone explain this to me? Can anyone remember where this is? And also being able to give back. You can't just be taking everything. You need to do your bit as well. And so embracing that. I would say on that, you can watch all of our lectures online, but coming into lectures is obviously going to be one of the best ways to get to know your classmates and go to your classes. So doing that is an important thing, but that's aside, really. Anyway, so that's my top 5 tips. I say at the moment, just go and relax, just chill out, go and tick off the bucket list, go to Ibiza, do whatever it is you're going to do, and then come that second week of September when Freshers hits, come get on it and have a good time. But cool, good to see you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.